Have y'all seen what Bill Maher is saying about millennials and Gen Z?
I wish your generation was better than mine. I really do. But the sad truth is, we're completely the same. Lots of talk, and at the end of the day, hopelessly seduced and addicted to pigging out on convenience, luxury, and consumption. You're going to have to make a choice here. Do you want to be progressive or excessive? Team drastic or team plastic? When Kylie's lifestyle becomes uncool and unpopular, and you stop loving Bitcoin and stop thinking that stuffing your face is harmless, I'll take you seriously. Until then, shut the fuck up about how older generations ruin the planet.
So Bill's main point is that young people love to talk about caring about the environment, but ultimately we're just as addicted to consumerism as everyone else. If you watch the whole video, he points to the fact that Greta Thunberg has 13 million followers on Instagram, and that's great, but Kylie Jenner has like 20 times more than that. So like, who do we really worship? And I hate to admit it, but to some extent, Bill has a point here. However, what I think he fails to understand is the cognitive dissonance that we experience growing up in this moment in history. Because as we're growing up and trying to make sense of the world, we're hearing this narrative that the climate is going to collapse, right? But what are we being told to do with our lives? Well, we're being told to follow the same old script of go to school, get a job, work for a company or corporation that's probably polluting the environment or making inequality worse in some way, and save money for the future. Even though the future may be a hellscape. It's like we're being told that the system is going to collapse, but that we should still follow the rules of the system. And honestly, to me, it feels like gaslighting on a generational level. And it results in a pretty disorienting feeling. It's like, should we follow the rules? Or should we accept that our social structure is doomed to fail and replace it with something else? Does anyone else feel that cognitive dissonance? Kind of makes me feel crazy sometimes. Anyway, I think that the right course of action for us younger people is to chart a new course for society. Like, let's accept that our system is headed towards disaster and let's make significant changes to it. And to me, that means shifting the goal of the society from wealth accumulation and endless economic growth towards a different goal. A goal like making sure that the needs of all humans are met within the boundaries of our planet. And to Bill's point, that will mean giving up on consumerism and the pursuit of a lavish lifestyle. Just a little tough to hear it from people in older generations like Bill, honestly, because basically what we need to do is throw out most of what they taught us about how society works and imagine something different and build it. The good news, though, is that I have a lot of faith in our generation. Like, I think we're going to pull this off.
To be a good aunt or uncle, you need to be equal parts parent, equal parts devious kid. And I know I told my niece after she called me a duty head and I called her a fart knocker, and it's been a long war. I haven't, gone over to your house to go show you what this 30-round new drum I got does, because your mama's been pregnant, and I can tell you from when she was pregnant with you and your little brother, she is terrifying, and I don't want to deal with that. But now that she has unpregnified herself by having the baby, I will be darting all of y'all up from top to bottom, and I have ordered 4 of these, which I have now filled up, so we will see who is the duty head once again.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got reverse right here. That's your clutch. That's your brake. That's your gas. You take this down whenever you're ready to go. You got that all?
It's like those videos where the doctor is giving a baby a shot and the doctor is making all these distracting noises and hand gestures, because if you don't distract a baby from a needle being dug into its skin, then the scream cries will ring throughout the office and it'll be an unpleasant experience for all involved. Similarly, if I don't distract myself from the thought of working a meaningless job for the next 40 years while the world around me burns just to avoid homelessness and starvation, my scream cries will also ring throughout the office, and it will be an unpleasant experience for all involved. So I need little videos and music and funny little sounds and colors to distract myself from the fact that I am making a very small group of people very rich while the rest of us live paycheck to paycheck. All done!
Coco. Argentina, Armenia, Aruba, Australia, Bahamas, Barbados, Belgium, Belize, Bolivia, Brazil, the British Virgin Islands, Bulgaria, Cambodia, Canada, Cayman Islands, Chile, China, Colombia, Costa Rica, Croatia, Curacao, Czech Republic, Denmark, República Dominicana, Ecuador, Egypt, El Salvador, Finland.
When I turn red, say something, and I'll mix it into a song. Here we go.
His hair, whack. His gear, whack. His jewelry, whack. His foot stance, whack. The way that he talks, whack. The way that he doesn't even like to smile, whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck.
Alright, so I've been thinking a lot about the song Low by Flo Rida featuring T-Pain, and I just kind of want to share my thoughts with the class because it's a confusing song. Okay, so our central character is Shawty. In the first verse, we hear that she has the apple-bottom jeans and the boots with the fur. And also, the whole club is looking at her. In the chorus, we only learn two things. Shawty hit the floor and consequently got low, 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 low. Now, you think that's all pretty cut and dry. Everyone's looking at her because of her great outfit and she must be so beautiful. Wrong. In the first seconds of the second verse, we learn that she's wearing the baggy sweatpants, that's a bag, and the Reeboks with the straps, those are straps. Now don't think about that for too long, we're gonna come back to it. We also learn a very key piece of information. Shawty has a big booty that she will inevitably turn around and give a smack. Okay, so now this is what has always confused me. We open hearing about how Shawty has the apple-bottom jeans and the boots with the fur. Whole club looking at her. Okay. Then in the next verse, she has the baggy sweatpants and the Reeboks with the straps. Did she change clothes? Wouldn't that be a verse in the song like, Shawty went to the bathroom and came back in a new outfit? Like, that would be in there. I just have never understood this. But the whole club looking at her and the big booty are what tips me off to this new information. The whole club is not looking at her because she is so beautiful and because of her great ensemble. Obviously, because if it was such a great ensemble and the whole club was already looking at her, why would she change her clothes? The only information we know about her is her apple-bottom jeans and the boots with the fur, so why would she change those integral parts of her personality? That's not why the whole club is looking at her. The whole club is looking at her because Shawty is a centaur. That's why the booty is so big. It's a horse booty, and the whole club is looking at her because there's a horsewoman getting low, 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 low 8 times in the club. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Let me tell you the number one reason I've seen women be able to get high value men and then lose them. I went to a gala the other night with my boyfriend and we ran into one of his friends who was there for business purposes, and he brought this girl that he's dating. I've seen her a couple of times, and this is no shade to the girl, but she's not educated, she's not particularly smart or interesting. I think she's an Instagram model, which is great. No shade to them, love them. But this girl looked so uncomfortable at this gala. And the reason for that is because she looked really out of place. All the women, they were wearing gowns, they were wearing diamonds, and she had on this two-piece that had nothing to do with the type of establishment that we were in. And then in a couple of instances, we were in the same group having a conversation, and some of these businessmen would turn to her and, ask her what she thought about the type of wine we were drinking, or what her thoughts were on Ukraine, or where she liked to ski during the winters. Let me tell you something. This girl had nothing to contribute. She didn't know anything about wine. She didn't know anything about news. She didn't know anything about current events. She didn't know where wealthy people go to ski. She didn't know anything that would prove some iota of culture. And genuinely, I think there were a couple of times where she looked sick to her stomach because she didn't even understand what they were asking her because their vocabulary was so sophisticated. I say this to say you can be the most beautiful woman in the world. You could have your hair done, nails done, be fit, be beautiful. But at the end of the day, if you don't know how to make this man, this high net worth man that you're dating, look good in these settings, it's going to cost him money. And at the end of the day, there is nothing these men care more about than making more money. So if you want to date these type of guys and actually marry them and be in their lives, you need to invest in your mind, body, and soul. It's not enough to just look good. A million girls can look good, but it's how do you contribute to a conversation, and ultimately, how can he make money with you in a room?